Hi everyone, welcome back to Meditation with Annemarie. It's been a while since I've been online because we've recently moved and it's been quite a big journey. But I'm back and I hope you are well and I hope life is treating you kindly. So this is my second series on coping with change using your inner power, and everything that I share on this channel is based on our teachings as Brahma Kumaris. I've written a couple of books and produced a CD. The links are down below, which are also based on our teachings as Brahma Kumaris. So with everything going on in the world, I thought it would be a good opportunity today to have a bit of a chat about being kind. So let's start with the meditation. Just sitting comfortably and quietly in your chosen position. You can have your eyes open or you can have your eyes closed. If you choose to keep them open, just focus on a spot in front of you and gently rest your gaze there. Any thoughts that come to disturb your little bit of peace, just let them come and let them go. You can be sitting on the floor, you can be sitting on a chair. If you're not well and you're lying down in bed, you can still benefit from meditation. If you feel that you can't sit still, you can move and walk around while meditating. So we can all meditate to create a better self, to create a better world. So wherever you are in your chosen comfortable position, allow yourself to turn inward as you slow down your breath and bring that oxygen deep down into your belly. And let's start this wonderful new day with simply being kind to ourselves. So as you allow yourself to turn inward, just briefly check in on yourself. Ask yourself, how am I going today? If you feel that you're not coping too well, check what kind of thoughts you are creating. Check what kind of inner language you are using. Don't beat yourself up if you recognize some negativities. Pat yourself on the back in your mind for having the courage to face it and look at it as a means to let it go. So if you do recognize any negative thoughts or language, don't fight with it. Don't push it away. Acknowledge it. Let them come. Let them go. And then I want you to start being kind to yourself as a means to help heal the world. And it starts with being kind to yourself by telling yourself wonderful, positive things, regardless of what might be going on around us. So tell yourself, remind yourself, no matter what is happening, I am a peaceful soul. I am a being of love and of light, a being of pure thought energy. The spiritual one who drives this body. I am not this body made of organic matter. But I am the light within. And my gentle light vibrates outwards as I allow myself to refill, as I remember I am a soul. I am automatically connected with the divine soul, the source of all energy. And while I am connected, it is easy to be kind to myself, to tell myself kind things, so that I can send that kind vibration out into the world to help heal the planet and everyone that resides on it, plant, animal, human. But let me start by being kind to me. Let me remind myself I am enough. I am brilliant. I am a shining star. When I remember who I am, I succeed in all my physical actions. I have a right to be safe. I have a right to be loved and to love. I have a right to connect with the divine. I have a right to heal myself. And I have a responsibility to help heal the world. So let me start today, not by looking outwards and looking at all the negativities in the world, what people should or should not be doing, but let me look at myself and recognize my own beauty and identify any weaknesses that may need to be reformed as a means to help transform myself and ultimately transform the world. Om Shanti. So, being kind to ourselves. Well, being kind in general has to start with being kind to me. With so much volatility and rapid change, so much unpredictability in the world today, it's very easy to become unbalanced and unstable. So I need to regularly turn inward. I need to meditate. I need to self-reflect. I need to check the kind of inner language that I am entertaining, that I am creating, and that I may be buying into. There's so much subtle programming going on at the moment all around us. And it is up to me as an individual to not be pulled down into that quagmire of darkness. Let me remain light and above, and that takes practice. So let me just work on one thing today, this week, this month. Let me really turn inward every day, several times throughout my day, and look at the kind of language I'm using. We all have inner scripts going on, and it starts with the kind of thoughts that I create. But often we have become so compelled to have these kind of conversations with ourselves, and that eventually spills out into the world. But I need to stop and check my own language, because destruction in the world often starts with my own self-sabotage. So I need to be kind to me and check what I'm telling myself. Because even things like, I might drop a pen and call myself an idiot and don't see anything wrong with it, because maybe I've been called an idiot all my life, or maybe I call other people idiots and I don't see anything wrong with it. But it becomes so normalized, and then the next minute we might say another word that's even harsher, and then harsher, and then harsher, and it becomes more and more volatile. And that's how violence, it stems from our inner thoughts, our inner language. So there's so many levels of violence. What we see in the world is extreme. People are completely out of control. Let me not contribute to that by checking myself every day, not in a harsh way, in a gentle, kind, loving way, so that I can start healing me. The world is in desperate need for self-healing. We are in a time of the cycle of the world drama where we are all individually and collectively needing to clear our own karmic debt. So let me not question and get caught on why is this happening. The fact is, it's happening. So do I want to resist in a limiting way where it's going to stop me from moving forward and healing my old stuff that needs to be healed? It's pretty clear for me in the world today, looking outward, that we are all needing to heal our own selves. We've got to stop trying to heal others. We've got to first start with me. We've got to stop looking at what others are doing or what they're not doing, what they should or shouldn't, or what I should or shouldn't. Let me just get on with being kind. So let me start by checking the kind of words that I'm telling myself, because that will also reveal what unhealed triggers and unresolved emotions are underlying the language that I'm using. So by me checking inward, I can then recognize, I can start identifying the words that I'm saying to myself over and over, remembering that we are constantly being bombarded with all this information. I was in a waiting room not so long ago, and there's no magazines, and the room is full of people, and there's 4 receptionists, and there's this big TV screen going the whole time in the background, and I was there in and out in the waiting room for over an hour. And all I heard was COVID, 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 COVID. All I heard was numbers and statistics and vaccinations and cases and the amount of people that are getting tested. Everyone is so confused and everyone is so overwhelmed and bombarded and feeling helpless. So even telling myself, I might be conscious or not conscious of it, but in the background, what am I telling myself? Am I telling myself, oh, I feel helpless, I feel useless, I can't do anything? Or am I constantly having goes at the politicians who, to be honest with you, I would not like to be a politician in this environment, in this atmosphere, because as much as, they're not always very truthful, it wouldn't be an easy job. It would be one of the hardest jobs. So I do feel for them. But having said that, again, let me just work on me. Let me work on me and let me change any negative, limiting, life-destroying kind of language. So let me stop telling myself that I can't do anything about it. It's not up to me. It's up to all of us. And it doesn't mean I have to do a lot. I've been ill in bed and I've still been able to work on myself because that's what we need to do. And the kinder I am to me, and that's been a challenge for me because I've always put other people first. So for me to have to put me first has been a huge journey, but it's been a beautiful, self-empowering, rewarding journey. So I don't regret anything in my life now. I used to, but I don't now because I'm understanding that everything has a reason. Everything has a reason and a season. So we need to really learn to flow with it, because either way, as we can see, there's a massive shift happening. And I can either get trampled by it in the process, or I can work on myself and start by learning to change that inner dialogue into something more beautiful and positive, so that I can be the light in the darkness instead of allowing the darkness to extinguish my light. We all are amazing, powerful beings of light. And what we're seeing at the moment is we're allowing the darkness to take over. And we're allowing that to extinguish our light. So by me turning inward and working on my own self with gentleness and kindness, and regularly turn upward to recharge and reconnect, because, we need to connect to another dimension in a sense, because we can't look to humans to pull us up. We can support each other and we can help each other and guide each other, but ultimately we need to connect upwards in order to remain light and above the dense vibration that we so readily know today. So let me start by being kind to me, because that's how I can be kind to others. At the moment, we can see there's a lot of division happening. And what better way to keep everyone controlled than to isolate? Yeah, one of the worst punishments for human being is this isolation. So let me not be afraid of that. Let me use that solitude, especially if you are currently in lockdown. Use that solitude to turn inward, reconnect your heart with your mind, and turn upward. Reconnect with God, the divine, the supreme, the universe, whoever you feel is your connection. Turn up. Don't keep looking at everything that's going on. Don't keep listening to it. Let it go. Unplug. Turn inward. Turn upward. And recharge. That is me being kind to me. So I can let go also of the past, to let go of my old unhealed stuff. Everyone's being triggered so much, and it's now becoming a bit of a buzzword, but I'm kind of feeling that people are getting it wrong, just like with the word empathy, because with triggers, it's your trigger. Just because someone else is pushing that button, it's still your unhealed stuff. So be kind to yourself and stop blaming, because you're not going to heal. If you are ill or in pain, you've got to turn forward and look what's happening in there. Because we can't blame. It gets us nowhere. And it's not kind, because when we blame, we judge. And who am I to sit in judgment of someone else? I'm human like everyone else. I make mistakes like everyone else. So let me start by being kind to me as a means to be kind to the world. So I hope that made a bit of sense for you today. I hope you got a little bit of benefit out of today's session. And let's finish off with a meditation. We're going to recharge as a means to recognize and let go. So once again, just starting with a couple of breaths deep down in your belly. Just allow that beautiful oxygen to flow through your lungs and let your belly expand. And as you breathe out, let your belly contract and release. And once again, in your chosen position, you can be sitting on the floor cross-legged, you can be leaning up against a wall with a pillow, you can be sitting on a chair or lying in bed, you can be moving around with your headphones in. It doesn't matter. Just unplug from the external world in your mind. Your mind is your most powerful tool that you will ever own. It is yours and yours alone. So learn to control it, because otherwise someone else will. So allow yourself now to unplug in your mind from the external world and imagine plugging into your own heart space and into your own mind. And just allow that silence, that gentle stillness to envelop you as you gently in your mind step back from your body and just become a tiny point of light in the middle of your forehead. The physical home of the soul. And when you can see or sense that you are simply just a tiny point of light, so radiant, so bright, like a diamond or a star or a laser beam. And imagine that light now gently floating upwards like a firefly, up high, connecting to that supreme light of all lights. And just allow yourself to be in the company of the most divine being of all, the one, the only one who does not take a body. So allow yourself to immerse yourself in that love and that light. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your soul. Feel it in your being, in your core. That innocence. The one you have been searching for so long. The one who never judges you, criticizes you, blames you or shames you, but who's always there ready to help, but it is up to I, the soul, to connect. So just be in that light and recharge. Fill yourself full. Floating, light, like a feather. And then, now it's time, we're going to float back down, feeling full, satisfied, content. Float back down to the earth, back into the middle of your forehead. And then allow that light to expand to the rest of your body, pushing that light outward, expanding till there's light in every part of your body. Push it out, expand it until it overflows into the world, so others will benefit without you having to step outside of yourself. You are already helping transform the world. By reclaiming your own light, your own right, and expanding it out and letting it overflow into the world. And with that feeling of completeness, come back to the here and now. Om Shanti.